You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Before the episode today, we just want to direct your attention quickly to the show notes where you will find a Triviality survey.
Yep, thanks, Ken. We are looking to make a couple little tweaks to the show, nothing major. We're still looking to deliver on all that content you love, but just hoping to get some feedback from the audience. So if you got a couple minutes you could spare for us, we'd be really appreciative.
Thank you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge.
For Ken to host, please press 2.
Just added some more commas into the intro just to see. How are you doing, Ken?
Pretty good.
Doing
Standing
all right?
today.
Yeah, you are standing today. I should probably be standing as well for my neck, but I'm just already
Just
sitting.
feels better. I have more energy this way.
Yeah, you're kind of shaking around a little bit like those inflatable guys at car dealerships.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing good. Jeff, how are you?
Doing pretty well, Neal. I can't adopt the standing thing here because I'll just wander away from the mic.
That he will.
You're like both the Quentin Tarantino and the Narcos meme of the guy just kind of wandering and like looking at things, if you know what I'm talking
That's
about.
pretty accurate.
Is that fair?
Yeah. Me recently, I've gotten into peaches.
No one asked, but I'm
I
glad.
did see a bowl of peaches on your counter.
I've never had peaches before, and I just started eating them like a couple weeks ago.
Are you moving to the country, though?
Well, it's very possible, especially if I'm going to be running for office, so we'll see. But yeah, we're doing okay here. Matt is unfortunately not here. He's actually studying a new way to get oil into cars. He didn't think the way that they have now worked, so he's just going to, I guess, come up with a new funnel of some sort.
I did see him pouring olive oil on his hood. I think that's probably not a great idea.
You're right. I think there was a guy on the side of the road saying olive oil is good for your car, and I think Matt's very susceptible to.
But at least
scams.
it was a Fiat, so it was like Italian on Italian.
That's another name of a movie that we both like. But on that note, let's go to our special guest that we have here today. Our first guest is going to be a player today. He's going to be partnering with me, and we had a wonderful connection before we started recording here because it's a small world. But we'd love to introduce Clinton Reese, coming to us from Indianapolis. He's an Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon. How are you, Clinton?
Hey, Neal. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, Clinton Reese coming to you from Indianapolis. I work for a nonprofit healthcare provider and happy to be on the show.
Well, we're happy to have you here. And why don't you tell the folks we found we had a little mutual connection that was a fun way to start the day. And you can tell everyone what our team name is today.
Yeah, it turned out that I was on Facebook the other day and your name showed up as people you may know. I was scrolling through, and there were the usual suspects from the trivia world, but then there was one name that jumped out at me. It turned out that you and one of these mutual friends went to high school together or did some dance stuff together, and I went to college with her. And so that is why, because you went to Iowa, I went to Purdue, so we're the Black and Gold Boys.
The Black and Gold Boys. Hashtag Black and Gold Boys. So that's going to be our team name today. It means Jeff and Ken are going to be a team. What do you want your team name to be, you said?
We're going to be the Black and Blue Boys because we want to hear you say it.
The Black and Gold Boys versus the Black and Blue Boys?
That's right.
All right, I'll get that alliteration at some point. But in order to play the game, we need a host, and we have a very special host with us today coming to us from the Twin Cities. That means it's, two for the price of one because the questions are going to be so good, and that is Hugh Gitlin. How are you, Hugh?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you? It's really nice to be here today.
Yeah,
it's the cloudy Twin Cities today.
Oh, it is. It's the sunny
Yes.
Chicago suburbs, the cloudy Twin Cities. Why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm an accountant and sometimes actor, sometimes comedian, sometimes storyteller. And just have some good news from last Tuesday. My sister got a kidney transplant. So when she listens to this, Rini, I'm here. I'm hosting the show. And this is great that you're being able to do stuff that you couldn't do before.
Wonderful. That's so nice to hear. And our best wishes to her for her recovery.
Yes, our best wishes to her for sure. And we're super excited to have you here, Hugh. I know you've been along the Australian football journey of the Benchwarmers podcast. So all of us having watch parties and whatnot. And it was great to hang out with you the past few months watching footy games on the way to the grand final.
So it was great, except for last weekend. That was not fun to watch.
No, the preliminary final, the Final Four, was not very entertaining. But we're super excited to have you here, Hugh, and it's been a long time coming. And likewise with Clinton, happy to have you here as well. It's going to be the black and gold boys versus the black and blue boys. But we need to hear the rules of the game. Hugh, you're the host. Any preference on the rules read? Who you'd like to hear from?
Yeah, I've been working on my Dutch lately, so Dutch boy, please.
All right, let's hear the Dutch rules read.
De regels van het spel zijn simpel. 20 vragen verdeeld over 2 rondes, waarbij elke vraag 10 punten waard is. Halverwege is er een speciale swingronde, ontworpen door de host van deze week. Na deze rondes beginnen de spelers aan de finale, met de punten die ze hebben verdiend. En hebben ze de mogelijkheid om 0 tot 30 punten in te zetten op 5 gecategoriseerde vragen. Aan het eind van het spel wordt iemand benoemd tot the cream of the crop.
I am the cream!
Thank you, as always, to Willem for reading that for us.
Thank you, Willem.
Let's jump right into the game, shall we?
Okay, round 1, question 1, Minnesota. Minneapolis is first. St. Paul is second. But what is the third largest city by population in Minnesota? It's a good place to get sick.
Neal, I can lock in.
All right.
All right, it's a good place to get sick. What do you think? Hospital?
I'm pretty sure Medicine Hat, which is what you wrote down, is in Canada. I think
Okay.
it's in Saskatchewan or Alberta.
Okay.
But the
Got
only
a better
other
answer?
Minnesota cities I can think of are like Duluth. But I think that's just a good trading company.
Sponsored today by Duluth Trading Company. Yeah.
Well, what do you want to go?
You want to go Medicine Hat?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll go Medicine Hat.
Okay, black and blue says Medicine Hat. Black and gold.
It's a good place to get sick. The Mayo Clinic is in Rochester, Minnesota.
Yeah, I should.
And that's the flavor text I had. That's the home of the Mayo Clinic. Rochester is the correct answer.
I wouldn't have known.
Nice job, Clinton. Thank
you. Question 2. The original American Rochester. Rochester is also the third largest city in New York. What company was founded in Rochester in 1906 as the Haloid Company?
Duluth. Let's go for it.
Okay.
We'll lock in.
We'll lock in?
Okay, so they're locked in over here.
Okay. What are you thinking, Neal?
So I was just in Rochester, and I do remember I can't remember if it was in a museum or a storefront or something, some sort of office supplies, this has been here. I'm saying this poorly, but there was office supplies that were really old, and they showed like the progression, I think, of the office supply or something.
So Staples?
Definitely not Staples.
Office Max.
I'm having a really serious brain fart here, Clinton. It's if you say it, I'll know it. It's something you'd find in an office. Copy machine.
I'm good with Xerox. I really
That's
am.
it. That is Xerox. Yeah. Can we lock that in? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, we're locked in with Xerox.
Yeah. I didn't know. It sounded like a metal alloy, so we just said U.S. Steel.
And it is Xerox. The original Rochester was kind of the clue in that one.
Nice job, Neal.
This guy just
Helps when
happens
you
to
go
have been
there.
in Rochester, New York in the last month.
That's true. That's the only reason I had any inkling on it. So,
Question 3. Three's a crowd. John Anderson ran for president as an independent in 1980. Without Anderson in the race, Jimmy Carter might have won 3 more states, including a state where Carter had over a 10% margin over Ronald Reagan. Name that state whose official name was cut in half in 2020.
Neal, we can lock in.
Okay, you're good to lock in. I trust you, so we'll lock in over here.
Oh, you know what?
Yep.
I think
Black and gold.
I think it was Massachusetts,
The
right?
Commonwealth of Massachusetts, so maybe just Massachusetts.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Okay.
or something like that.
We'll lock in Massachusetts.
Okay. They've locked in with Black and Blue is locked in with Massachusetts. Black and gold. What's your answer?
Neal, this it was previously known as the Providence and Plantations of Rhode Island, and now it's just Rhode Island.
And 10 more for Black and gold.
What is going on here?
Rhode Island and the Providence plantations. They cut off plantations after the George Floyd murder.
Wow. Great poll, Clinton. Thank you.
Number 4, 13 to 14. Rhode Island became the 13th state in May of 1790. 10 months later, which state became the 14th?
That's my guess. Does that sound okay?
That's good.
We will lock in.
I want to say South Carolina for some reason.
I mean, that's a better guess than I would have. I was just trying to see if there's maybe some clues in the questions. I mean, we've kind of crossed over Minnesota, New York, Massachusetts, and I don't know if there was a theme here, but that's fine with me if you want to go with it.
All right, we're gonna lock in with South Carolina.
Black and gold has South Carolina.
And we
Black and
just
blue?
we
What
just threw a Kentucky out there.
And in 1791, in March, they separated from New York. It is Vermont. Vermont became the 14th state. It was part of New York, and it became its own state in 1791.
I didn't realize
one off.
I didn't realize
Kentucky
it
was
was
15. Yeah.
Kentucky. I didn't realize Vermont was part of New York. That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Number 5, oddly perfect. Speaking of 10, because 10 months later, on which apparatus did Nadia Comaneci score her first perfect 10 in the 1976 Olympics?
So I think we had this question in some form a little while back. And
Neal,
I think
we can lock in.
Okay.
Okay, I think I know it too, but I trust you. Your gut has been strong today, so let's do it.
Wasn't it the uneven bars? Because I think I remember saying like it would be really hard to get a perfect score on uneven bars, so it's probably vault.
It could be.
And
I
it
don't
was
know.
bars.
Okay. I'll trust you.
Neal, I really think this is uneven bars as well.
And both teams are correct. It was the uneven bars.
Oh, great job. I was leaning towards vault, but I think that's because, like Ken said, we had a similar sounding question, and I know I incorrectly said vault last time, so I'm glad that you were here to catch my fall. So, okay, after 5 questions, it looks like in homage to their name, the Black and Blue Boys, they only have 10 points, so they're a little black and blue right now. Thank you, Jeff, for the joke. And we have 40 points over here at Black and Gold Boys. So
how much did they pay you, Hugh?
Not enough. Number 6, humans only. In the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, what was the name of the bar where Jessica Rabbit was a singer and the opening act were the 2 Duck Boys?
Neal, we can lock in this one.
I know it too, but I'm hopefully I trust you. You've been right so far,
This is
so we're
insane.
good.
This is insane what's happening right now. The tune
Black and
hole?
gold is locked in.
Dude, I don't know. I've never seen the movie.
The tune hole.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you had a poster of Jessica Rabbit on your wall.
Get out of here.
I mean, you had weird videos of her. I mean, I'm sure you know it.
All right. No, I don't. All right, we're saying the tune hole.
Black and blue says the tune hole. Black and gold.
Neal, this I saw this movie in the theater at 6 years old, and it still scars me for life. But the name of the club is the Ink Spot, right?
I think you're close. I think it's the Ink and Paint Club. Does that ring a bell?
Ooh.
Now I'm unsure though. I know there's ink in it, and I thought it was Ink and Paint Club, but it could be the Ink Spot. Now I'm a little unsure.
Oh, I like Ink and Paint Club, actually.
Okay.
Now that you mention it.
Do you want to go with that,
yes.
you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Go Ink and Paint Club.
Okay. And the answer is the Ink and Paint Club.
It's not
Thank you,
the
Neal.
Toon Hole. Are you sure?
The old tune hole.
I'm gonna kick you in the Toon Hole.
I like that as a diss. Just it's not too vulgar, but because you don't know what is the tune hole. No one knows.
Nobody knows.
It's the hole that Porky Pig.
Could be your nose.
Yeah, is that the thing Porky Pig when he goes? That's all, folks. He goes into the tune hole.
Into the Toon Hole.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
On number 7, still missing after 31 years. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum art theft in 1990 is the largest unsolved art theft. One of the pieces stolen was the concert by which artist? He's better known for a painting which has gone by many names, including Girl with a Turban and Head of a Young Girl before claiming its current name. So give me the name of the artist for 10 and 2 bonus points for the name of the painting as it's known as now.
Yeah, we're locked in.
You know what that sounds like to me? Because it sounds like Girl with the Pearl Earring, because the headdress that she's wearing looks turban-like.
Mm-hmm.
And is that Vermeer or Rembrandt?
Yes.
It's Vermeer, right?
It's Vermeer. Yes.
Okay, so Hugh, just to correct you, we needed the name of the artist and then the name of the painting.
Artist for 10, yep, and the painting, yes.
Okay, so let's go with Vermeer, and the Girl with the Pearl Earring is the official modern title.
Yep, I'm good with that.
And Black and Blue.
Thank you to our vigilant listeners who reminded me that I was wrong about this painting the last time it came up. Pretty sure this is Vermeer, right, Ken?
Yep. And the Girl with the Pearl Earring.
Girl with the Pearl Earring.
Both teams get their full points. It is Vermeer and the Girl with the Pearl Earring.
Nice.
Number 8.
Done, Neal.
Yeah, it's you too. Have all you guys seen Paul's Vermeer, the documentary directed by Teller of Penn and Teller?
No, I have not seen it.
Oh, it's very fascinating. So just give you a quick breakdown just for a quick second here. So Paul's Vermeer, they have a friend who is an artist and like a builder and a scientist and whatnot. And he sort of posited, like many artists of the time period of Vermeer's age, that possibly they use some sort of apparatus to help them get the skin tone, the lighting, everything to look as realistic as possible. Like it wasn't just from their head. They used something almost like a camera obscura. And so he sets out over like a year to build an apparatus using lenses that they would have had at the time period to try and paint a Vermeer as good as Vermeer. And he gets very close. It's very good. I won't give anything away, but it's very good. Yeah.
My friend's daughter did a great reproduction of that painting in 9th grade. And now she's at Syracuse on scholarship in art. So
wow.
Oh, fantastic.
She's a really good artist. Number 8. Who's number 2? Pearl S. Buck was the first American woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. In 1993, who became the second?
I mean, I was a fan of the Animorphs as much as anybody, but I don't think it was K.A. Applegate.
Neal, I think we can lock in.
Okay.
Black and Gold has locked in.
That could be. I don't really know the timeline with her, but I'm good with that.
Okay. So Ken and I are going to guess Maya Angelou.
Okay, Black and Blue says Maya Angelou. Black and Gold.
Neal, my thought was Toni Morrison.
And she's the author of Beloved, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was my guess as well.
Every time it's Maya Angelou, we say Toni Morrison. Every time it's Toni Morrison, we say Maya Angelou.
We're locked in with Toni Morrison.
And guess what? You've done it again, Ken and Jeff. It is Toni Morrison.
Oh God, it's a train wreck.
Number 9, Singing with Tony. Last time Tony Bennett had a single on the Billboard Hot 100 was a duet of Body and Soul with which member of the 27 Club?
Neal, I've got this.
Awesome. I think I have an idea as well, but you've been on fire, so I have to trust you. You have the NBA Jam on fire hand right now, so.
He's on fire!
Black and Gold has checked in. Black and Blue.
So you're thinking maybe Janis Joplin?
I'm thinking so. Of the members I know of the 27 Club, she's the first one that would fit the timeline. Who's
Tony Bennett?
Who I could, yeah.
Still around, right?
Yeah.
What about Amy Winehouse?
He could have done one with Amy Winehouse.
Because she's a recent.
She's definitely in there.
The last time he hit the charts, Let's say Amy Winehouse.
Okay.
Because Janis Joplin would have been a long time ago.
I will let you call the audible here.
Okay. Black and blue says Amy Winehouse. Black and gold.
Oh, Ken, you got there. Yes, it's Amy Winehouse.
Both teams are receiving the points. It is Amy Winehouse from Duets 2, I think was the album that was on.
Yeah, she sorely
Number
missed
10.
her talent for
Oh
sure.
God, that smoky voice is just awesome. Was just awesome, and I miss it. Number 10, I Like Wine. I don't remember ever seeing Liza Minnelli drinking it, but as of April of 2019, what was the best-selling variety of wine in the U.S.?
Stupid.
You have it?
Yeah.
We're locked in.
Oh, I got it, Clinton.
Okay.
Black and blue is locked in.
So I'm pretty sure what Hugh was going for was instead of a Cabernet Sauvignon, he was going for a Cabaret Sauvignon for the Liza Minnelli connection. So we'll lock in with Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, we said Cabernet.
Both teams are receiving the points. It is Cabernet Sauvignon.
Hugh, I was at such a loss, and then it clicked.
Drinking any Merlot.
I was like, is an Austero a drink? I was like, I think I would have heard of that.
I was all worried because I'm not anything close to a sommelier.
It takes a simple mind to break down a simple clue.
Yeah.
It might have been Merlot until Sideways came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then
now, Hugh, you should start a wine company called Cabaret Sauvignon and just pick up on all the musical people. You'd make a lot of money.
Now, would you drink a wine that was personally crushed by Hugh's feet? That's my question. I know you don't want to insult our guest here, but you also hate feet.
I do hate feet. Yeah. Wait, this Hugh or Hugh Jackman?
This Hugh.
Oh, no. If you
I've
said
crushed wine.
You have crushed wine before?
Yes.
I'll say this: he was a great guy who I very much admire. If I knew he crushed it with his feet and he offered to me, I would drink it.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, no,
you're such a lie.
If I saw Hugh do it though, if I saw Hugh crush it and then he offered
It's
it,
over.
I would politely decline.
There's no way you're drinking that under any
drinking
circumstances.
foot wine, Neal.
Nice try, though. All right, what are our scores?
Okay, after the first round, it looks like the black and blue boys are at 45 points. And the black and gold boys of Iowa and Purdue only missed one question, but made up 5 points on that bonus. So they're going to have 95 points. Is that correct? Or 85?
95.
95.
This is an outrage.
It is an outrage. So 95 to 45 after round one. And Hugh, before we get to you for the swing round category, we just want to say thank you very much to all of our patrons for helping us support the show. This is our second recording on brand new headphones that we were able to get through your generosity. Jeff, why don't you just say a little bit about Patreon and how much they've helped over the past few months?
Yeah, the support of our patrons is the reason that our show is able to be as successful as it is. So thank you so much for literally directly contributing to the show's ability to run and sustain itself. And we do it for you, and we want to keep the show free for everyone. So it's really appreciated for those of you who can and do choose to support the show that you're helping us out, because that's really great.
Yeah, and if you can just support the show by listening and telling your friends, then that is wonderful as well. We appreciate any sort of support, listening or on Patreon. So if you'd like to join all of our wonderful patrons who are continually making the show better and helping us grow with our equipment and our reach, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast and hear a bunch of brand new content. So Hugh, what is our swing round category today? We're excited.
It is movie uniform numbers.
Ooh.
I will give you a number, a character, and the year the movie came out, and you just give me the movie. Number 1, the number is 22. Character is Paul Crewe, 1974. Number 2, the number is 7. Character is Reggie Dunlop, 1977. Number 3, the number is 16. The character is Joel Pendleton, 1978. Number 4, the number is 42. The character is Scott Howard, 1985. Number 5, the number is 1. The character is Lucy Draper, 1991. Number 6, The number is 6. The character is Julie the Cat Gaffney, 1992. Number 7. The number is 20. The character is Billy Haywood, 1994. Number 8. The number is 34. The character is Jesus Shuttlesworth, 1998. Number 9. The number is 4. The character is Odin James, 2001. And number 10. The number is 22. The character is Nate Scarborough, 2005.
Okay, and just to confirm for the listeners, these are all movie uniforms of sports characters in movies. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right. We will be right back with our answers.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become? Senwa Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Okay, we are back from the swing round. We have our answers in place, and really excited with this category. Got some sports movies. We haven't had that in a long time. And Hugh, I know you're a longtime guest and host on the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, so I'm hoping that we'll make you proud and make those gents proud with our answers here. So let's get those questions one more time, and we will give our answers.
Okay, number 1. The number is 22. The character is Paul Crewe, 1974.
So we thought this was The Longest Yard.
Yep. We also said the same thing, The Longest Yard.
That's correct. Longest Yard. Second one, number 7, Reggie Dunlop, 1977.
Just based on the year on this one, we said Slapshot.
Yeah, and Ken looked at me with his cool blue Paul Newman eyes, and we also said Slapshot.
That's also correct. Slapshot is the right answer. Number 3, number 16, Joel Pendleton, 1978.
It's got to be The Natural, right? No?
No, sorry.
No. The Natural is number 9 and Roy Hobbs.
For real?
Neal had this right off the bat.
Yep, and it's Heaven Can Wait, Warren Beatty.
Never heard of it.
Warren, yep. Great
Really
movie.
good.
Oh,
I've never heard of him.
Charles Grodin, Diane Cannon. Number 4, 42, Scott Howard, 1985.
It's got to be Hoosiers.
I like
Don't laugh at me.
I'm not. Clinton, you know this one.
Yeah, this is Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf.
At least it was basketball.
You had the right sport. You had the right sport. It is Teen Wolf. Number 5, number 1, Lucy Draper, 1991.
It's definitely a league of their own.
That's a good guess, though. I gotta give it to you, though. That's a good guess.
All right. What is it?
Neal got this, and once he said it, it instantly popped in my brain. Oh, yes, this is Necessary Roughness.
The correct answer is Necessary Roughness.
All right. Good job, guys.
Number 6 is number 6, Julie the Cat Gaffney.
Yeah, so we were debating between D1 and D2, and we went with D2, the Mighty Ducks. Go international.
Yeah, we were going between Mighty Ducks 2, D2, and the first one, but we just said let's just go with the original. So we said the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, the 1992 was the original, 1994 was D2, but she was Julie the Cat Gaffney, number 6 in both of those. So I'm going to give both teams credit on that.
Yeah, we're suffering anyway, so we'll take the points.
Number 7 is number 20, Billy Haywood, 1994.
Varsity Blues?
Unfortunately not, but another sports movie, though. You named a sports movie.
I named 10 sports movies.
This is one of my favorite baseball movies because it is your dream job to be 12 years old and be general
kidding me?
manager of a major league team, it's Little Big League.
Jesus.
I thought you were going to say Angels in the Outfield.
And it is. It is Little Big League. Both number 6 and number 7 were filmed in the Twin Cities. So just a little thing on that. Number 8, 34. Jesus Shuttlesworth, 1998.
Inch by inch? No? Any given Sunday?
No, great. I mean, same era, though. It's like 1 year off. I think Any Given Sunday was 99, so you're right there. We went with the Spike Lee, Denzel Washington classic, He Got Game.
And the answer is He Got Game. Number 9. The number is 4. Odin James, 2001.
Another Denzel Washington classic. Remember the Titans.
Another sports movie, but an incorrect one, unfortunately.
Neal had this off the bat. He told me it's the basketball version of Othello, so we just said O.
And the answer is O, which is the basketball version of Othello. And even the character names, you could tell some of them.
Yeah, Odin was Mekhi Phifer. Great actor.
And the Iago character was Josh Hartnett. Final one, number 10. The number is 22. Nate Scarborough, 2005.
This is the second appearance of The Longest Yard, we think. This time by Adam Sandler.
This is the one that gave us the most trouble because we weren't too sure, but then I noticed that number 22 was the first question and the last question, and I knew Burt Reynolds was in both versions, the remake with Adam Sandler and the original, and I knew it was around 2005, so we took a guess, and I'm glad you said it, but we went Longest Yard as well.
And the answer is The Longest Yard, and coincidentally, Burt Reynolds wore number 22 at Florida State.
Ah.
So that's why he's number 22 in both the movies.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Nice
Okay.
clue. Well, it looks like the Black and Blue Boys picked up 20 points, which, considering they were a little worried about this category, is a good job. They named all sports movies, so that's to be commended. And then the Black and Gold Boys picked up 50 points. So it looks like the points going into round 2 are 145 to 65.
We just talked about numbers, so let's talk about the Book of Numbers. In the Book of Numbers, who was the person who rebelled against Moses? It happened in the Sinai, not in Pakistan's largest city.
All right, so we know Pakistan's largest city, and that's what we're going to go with as an answer. Because we don't know this part of the Bible. We skipped it.
I went straight to Deuteronomy.
Largest city in Pakistan. My thought is Karachi.
That sounds familiar to me. I'm not terribly great at geography, as I'm sure the listeners know, but I recognize that name, which makes me think that it must be something fairly well known. If you feel good about it, I'm totally good to get behind you on it.
Okay, let's go with Karachi. Locked in.
Well, Black and Gold is kicking us in the Karachi during this game, so we are also saying Karachi.
And you know what? I'm going to give you both of them because you got the hint was Karachi. The answer is Korach, which is close enough.
Right.
And my sister is a Sunday school teacher, and she's the one that gave me that question to ask personally. So, number 2, Moses Supposes. In Singin' in the Rain, who plays Lena Lamont, the silent film star whose voice was so shrill that she had to be dubbed by Kathy Selden, who was played by Debbie Reynolds?
We have no idea, so we're going to lock in.
Okay, so Clinton and I were having a little bit of trouble coming up with this. We knew that she had a number in the movie with a pink dress and a big hat, and we were kind of going back and forth because originally we thought it was Debbie Reynolds, but I believe it is, I don't know her first name, but Hagen is the last name. That's what we're going to lock in with.
Okay.
Black and Gold has locked in with Hagen. Black and Blue.
We have no idea, so I'm just going to name a woman with great accomplishments within Hollywood and without, and we said Hedy Lamarr.
It is Jean Hagen.
Nice, Neal. Nice.
Was Lena Lamont, and actually she didn't sound like that at all. She had a nice voice. So
they did her dirty.
They did. That's why the rain. That was what the rain was for, though. It was to cleanse everything.
Gotcha.
Speaking of rain, number 3, In what country is Mawsynram, the rainiest place on Earth?
Oh, I know this. Jeff would be proud of me because I've been watching a ton of travel shows. Travel Man with Richard Ayoade and Paul Hollywood City Bakes.
Love Richard Ayoade.
You'd love this show, but he was in this place and they had raincoats. I'll tell you guys, it doesn't really matter. It'll help a little bit, but I know it's in Scandinavia, Clinton. It's in one of those three countries. I just have to think about it, but we'll let these guys think. That was my clue to you guys.
The rainiest places in Scandinavia?
So I almost positive it's not Iceland because they weren't rained on a ton. So I think it's either Denmark or Norway. I don't know what you want to go with.
I'd go with Norway.
Norway? All right, I'm good with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Black and Gold says Norway, black and blue.
Yeah, just based on the name Mawsynram, we went with Iceland, but we don't know.
It's in South Asia. It is India.
Oh, I'm way off.
Really?
It's located in the Meghalaya state in India. It receives 46.73 inches of rain a year.
Yikes.
Neal was trying to mislead us because he mentioned something about Scandinavia.
I thought it wasn't. Maybe I must be completely off, and I wasn't paying attention good enough then. My bad.
Okay, number 4. India has a lot of people. Within 5, how many cities in India have over 1 million people?
We're locked in.
What's your gut telling you, Clinton?
Well, there's over 1 billion people in India. So cities with more than 1 million. Oh, mercy. 85.
Okay. Yeah, I go with that. I was thinking a little lower, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if India had that many with 1 million people. So 85 is the year I was born. It sounds like it's lucky enough. Do you want to go with it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right.
Okay, Black and Gold says 85, black and blue.
Going with a nice round 50 here.
And finally, there's a question where black and blue gets the points and black and gold doesn't. The answer is 46.
Shoot. All right.
Number 5, 1 million used to be great attendance. What Major League Baseball team was the first to draw 1 million fans for a season?
All right, we're locked in.
All right, Clinton. So my thought process might be off, but I don't know how long ago this was. But initially, you would want to think it would be maybe one of the teams that has been around the longest. They would have the fan base. So I immediately go to like Chicago Cubs, Boston Red Sox, or the Yankees. Yankees because of the population there and the fact that everyone kind of adores them there. But I don't know if that's too simple thinking, though. I don't know what your gut is saying.
I was thinking, well, all right, 1 million fans, and well, they have 81 home games. And I'm thinking it would be one of the expansion teams. So my thought was Colorado Rockies.
Oh, that's really good logic. Yeah, they came into the league with the Diamondbacks. First time they had a team in Colorado. Everyone's excited. Yeah, let's go with it.
All right.
Okay, black and gold says the Rockies, black and blue.
Yeah, we're just based on the population and the fanaticism of the base. We're saying the Yankees.
And 2 in a row for black and blue. It is the New York Yankees in 1920. And it was 154 games, so it was 72 games. You only had to average 13,889 fans per game to get 1 million. So it took 20 years of Major League or 18 years of Major League Baseball for a team to draw that much per game, which was, I think is amazing.
Cool.
But,
so we'll be there in about 80 years per episode then.
Yeah.
That's right.
After 5 questions in the second round, it looks like Team Black and Blue is at 95, just about to crack 100, and Team Black and Gold is at 165.
Number 6, the 20s were roaring. 7 people, all belonging to whose gang, were killed on February 14th, 1929, in a garage in Lincoln Park.
We can lock in over here, Clinton. Let them talk if you're.
Okay,
if you
Black and
trust
Gold
me.
has locked in.
I'm good.
So I don't think it's Capone's
You don't think
gang.
it's Capone?
I think it's John Dillinger. Wasn't he killed that day? No. All right, we can say Capone. That's a Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah, Valentine's Day Massacre.
That doesn't have to do with Dillinger? No. Maybe I'm screwing things up. Let's say Capone.
Okay, Black and Blue says Capone.
Let's not overthink it.
Black and Gold.
If you're okay with this, Clinton, I believe it was Bugs Moran, or his last name, right? Bugs Moran? Okay, that would be our answer then.
And 10 points for Black and Gold. It was Bugs Moran, killed by Al Capone. Al Capone's gang.
Yeah. Dillinger got killed in the 30s.
Oh, okay.
It was 34 in front of the some theater in Chicago.
There's
the Biograph.
Biograph.
Yeah,
Yep,
Biograph.
that's right. There's a nice Italian restaurant in Lincoln Park, and I went there once for Christmas with a couple friends, and we went to Lincoln Park Zoo. They had free Christmas lights or whatever. But we're at the restaurant, and there was a long wait because it was a smaller restaurant. And I remember we walked across the street because it was very cold. We were just trying to move. And I was leaning up against something, and it like hurt my back. And I turned around, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And it's just a plaque that says, "These men died here on St. Valentine's Day Massacre." I was like, "Oh, Merry Christmas," I guess.
You leaned on their plaque.
I was like, "What is this?" Yeah, it was just hit me out of left field.
Number 7. Other than that, how was the play? Another Within 1. How many people went on trial in 1865 for the assassination of Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, wow. How many people went on trial?
Yep. And they were all found guilty. Just say that right away.
Conspirators. We're locked in.
They're locked in.
Black and Blue's locked in.
Well, there was Azeroth, Surratt, Harvey Mudd because he set Booth's leg. I want to say 5, Neil.
Okay. Yeah, it's better than I have with this history, so I'm fine with 5.
Okay, Black and Gold says 5. Black and Blue.
And we're saying 4 conspirators.
And the correct answer is 8.
Oh.
Four of the 4 main conspirators, Surratt, Powell, Harold, and Azeroth, were sentenced to death by hanging. The 3 of the accomplices, Mudd, Arnold, and O'Laughlin, were sentenced to life in prison. And Edwin Spangler, I think he was just hanging around one day, but for hanging around, he got 6 years.
Eesh. Okay.
Okay, number 8. No, not Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta famously played Shoeless Joe Jackson in Field of Dreams. But who played Shoeless Joe in 8 Men Out? While it was his first role as an athlete, he would go on to play a hockey player turned figure skater 4 years later.
Neil, we can lock in.
I'm right there with you, Clinton.
Okay, Black and Gold is locked in.
A hockey player turned figure skater. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I can't.
I know about a figure skater turned hockey player, but
Yeah.
that was in D2 The Mighty Ducks.
That was also in D2. Yeah, we're gonna say Paul Newman.
Okay, Black and Blue says Paul Newman. Black and Gold.
Neil, you got this.
Yeah, we're going with Sweeney, Mr. D.B. Sweeney from The Cutting Edge.
And that is the movie where he played the hockey player turned figure skater with Moira Kelly. It is D.B. Sweeney.
Never heard of him or the movie.
So, Ken, you're a film lover,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and one of the best screenwriters in Hollywood for the last 20, 30 years who comes in to do rewrites and whatnot is Tony Gilroy.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote Michael Clayton, one of the best screenplays.
Mhm.
I think that was a movie he wrote.
Oh,
that was his
Cutting Edge.
first produced movie he wrote.
Good to know.
Cutting Edge, yeah.
Okay. Number 9. dBs, or decibels, are loud. At 140 decibels, what is the loudest land animal? J.K. Rowling probably used this animal's name in creating the magic letters in red envelopes.
All right, we are going to lock in here.
Okay, Black and Blue has locked in.
Oh, Neil, do you have any Harry Potter knowledge?
Very, very limited, just more like what actors are in it, but I can't think of this reference, what these letters are.
He's still on Pottermore every day. Don't let him fool you.
140 decibels.
I said land animal, I believe, right? What land
Yes.
animal screams a lot?
Land
I mean, I do.
I was going to say,
dreams.
that's not even when he's getting into fights.
It's mostly at night when I'm alone with my thoughts.
Is a jackal? That's a land animal? Is a jackal even an animal?
Jackal.
Okay.
It's a jackal.
Yeah, a jackal is an animal. Yes. Jackal makes me think of hyena.
Ah. I like that. Yeah, hyena sounds like a really pretentious font. So I like hyena, if you want to go with that.
Yeah, let's go with the hyena.
Papyrus.
All
And
right.
Black and blue. What do you say?
So this was teamwork. Jeff said that the letters in Harry Potter were called howlers, and I went with howler monkey.
Oh.
And Black and blue gets the points. It is the howler monkey.
Okay.
And thank my play testers for giving me that to use the Harry Potter hint. So
Very good.
thank you,
Now, Ken.
Louis and the play testing crew.
Oh, Louis de Rojas and all of our playtesting crew, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you're wanting to host a game or you're in schedule to host a game, make sure to reach out to all those great folks who will help you playtest your game.
Right on Discord, there's a playtesting channel, and I used it, and thanks to them and my teammates also for and my sister for playtesting with me.
Now, Ken, are you familiar with the monkey? It's actually a Dutch monkey that gives monologues in the rain. Have you ever heard of that really loud?
Just give me the punchline.
The Hauer monkey, the Rutger Hauer monkey.
Oh.
That might be your worst joke to date.
I've heard bad jokes you people wouldn't believe.
I think the joke stings so much because of the score right now. If we were losing, it would be pretty funny, I think.
All right, let's wrap this. Let's wrap this up. Question 10.
Okay, number 10, fun on the playground. In 1920, lawyer Sebastian Hinton in Chicago invented and patented what contraption popular with kids in public parks? They like hanging around it.
Okay, we're locked in.
Is this the spot in the corner where they sell cigarettes?
Hanging around, I would think Jungle Gym.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I don't know if he wants anything more specific like monkey bars because the last clue is monkey, but Jungle Gym seems the best answer for this to kind of an all-encompassing answer.
Is that what that book was about? The jungle in Chicago?
It was just about the creation of jungle gyms.
Yeah, let's go with Jungle Gym.
All right.
And we did go with monkey bars.
Okay, I'll accept both answers. Monkey bars or Jungle Gym.
At the end of regulation, it looks like the black and blue boys are at 115 points, and nearly ahead of them with 195 points are the black and gold boys. We're not the black and gold boys, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're both boys.
But don't pretend that it's close, please.
Did I say narrowly?
Don't give me hope.
Oh, you know what it is? I'm in a fugue state because when I do the score recaps, usually they're narrow, and I think
not today.
Not today.
Not today.
So 195 to 115. What are our categories for the final round, Hugh?
Okay, the categories for the final round are Ken, Matt, Neal, Jeff, and Triviality.
All right, so the wagers are now in. The black and gold are doing 20s all the way down. And since that's the case, instead of doing a nice even 23 all the way down to use up all of our points, we're going to go 0 and hope you guys accidentally explode yourselves.
Okay.
We shall see.
Number 1, Ken. Barbie's last name is Roberts. What is Ken, the doll, not the Triviality host, last name?
That's hard. Glad we said 0.
Number 2, in the comics, movies, and TV's Daredevil, who was Matt Murdock's best friend and partner? He is played by Jon Favreau and Eldon Henson. Number 3, Neal. What Big Ten college did Neil Armstrong attend? Number 4, Jeff. Before hosting Survivor, what game show that lasted 29 episodes did Jeff Probst host? And Triviality. Trivia comes from the Latin word triviae, Triviae. What is the literal meaning of the word triviae?
Well, there's a couple hard ones in there, but I don't think it's going to be enough for us, Jeff, but we will see what happens. We'll be back. All right, all the answers are now locked in. So let's see if they've destroyed themselves. I don't think so, though.
Okay, number 1, Ken. Barbie's last name is Roberts. What is Ken, the doll, not the Triviality host's last name?
This one's really, really easy, guys. It's Cumberbatch.
Wow.
It's not.
Oh. That was your guess?
Yeah, Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
For 0 points.
It's
You knew
Roberts.
this.
He took Barbie's last name.
He should have, yeah. She has all the money. Clinton.
They're just friends, guys.
You knew this one for sure.
I really, for whatever reason, it really drilled into my brain that his last name is Masters.
And neither team is right. It is Carson.
Oh,
And Carson.
It's not Cumberbatch?
No, you were closer with Cumberbatch, but no, it's Carson. Matt, in the comics, movies, and on TV's Daredevil, who is Matt Murdock's best friend and partner? He's played by Jon Favreau and Eldon Henson.
This one is Foggy Nelson.
Yeah, we had trouble with this one because I knew it ended in a Y, and I knew it sounded like very old school, like 1950s, and we said, like, is it Bugsy or something, or Wally? So Wally is what we ended up with.
And the correct answer is Franklin Percy Foggy Nelson. So there would have been points for Black and Blue if they wagered any
But we're
points.
cowards.
So far, the coward's way
Number
looks
3.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Neal. What Big Ten college did Neil Armstrong attend?
We said Roadhouse University.
And Clinton, I think you knew this one for sure.
yeah. There's a building named after him, and my alma mater, Purdue.
And you know what? I didn't know Clinton was go beyond. I didn't know we were going to have a Purdue University alum on. when I wrote
whatever
the
you say,
question.
bud. Now, we
It
know
was
they paid
Purdue.
you.
It is Purdue. Number 4, Jeff. Before hosting Survivor, what game show that lasted 29 episodes did Jeff Probst host?
We said Russian Roulette on CBS.
Clinton, you said the name of this, and I didn't even know it existed, and it sounds awesome, so I'll let you take it.
And it definitely was a thing. This is Rock and Roll Jeopardy.
VH1's Rock and Roll Jeopardy is the correct answer.
Ran out of questions. 29 episodes.
You can only have so many Def Leppard questions.
Yeah.
No, after 29 episodes, they just cut it off and interrupted with pop-up video.
And last but not least, triviality. Trivia comes from the Latin word triviae. What is the literal meaning of the word triviae?
Said 3 roads.
And Clinton, I had no idea in this one, but it was fascinating, so you can take it again.
I said 3-way.
And it is 3 roads. And I don't know if I could take 3-way.
It's not that kind of 3-way.
Yeah, I think it's a different kind of. Yeah.
But either way, I think you guys are fine. So
3 roads, and it came to mean appropriate to street corners, commonplace, or vulgar. And the vulgarity is the commonplaceness, which became trivia of nonsense and that kind of stuff.
Great clue, though. That is it for the game. It looks like Team Black and Blue are still alive, a little Black and Blue. They're at 115, and today's cream of the crop, the Black and Gold.
But wait. There's one adjustment to the score.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Because Julie the Cat Gaffney debuted in D2.
But
not in the first Mighty Ducks. Therefore, you get 5 less points, making us still you, the cream of the crop. With how many points?
With 170.
Good job. You're the cream of the crop.
Thank you, guys.
You can't stop the cream of the crop, Dutch boy.
Thank you.
That was my error on the Mighty Ducks.
No, I think
sorry about that.
I think the error was I guess she was in D2 and D3, just not D1. So she's in 2 movies, just not the first 2. But Clinton, thank you so much for being a partner today. I felt we were on a mind meld together, and we played so well together. So I appreciate you being my partner.
Yeah, we had this Vulcan mind meld going on. Yeah, it was great. Thank you very much.
Of course. Anyone you'd like to shout out? The stage is yours. Feel free to say hello to anyone before we let you go today.
Oh, I'd like to give a shout out to my online trivia team. No Better Social Distancing. They all know who they are. and they all listen to the show. So,
And we know who they are too.
Yeah, and we love them. We know who
Yep.
they are as well.
Yep. Shout out to all of them. And so I'd just like to say thanks for having me. And this was a blast. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll have to reunite Black and Gold another time to keep playing trivia together. So thank you very much for joining us today. And Hugh, you put together a wonderful game. We've been talking for a long time, watching footy together, getting you geared up to come onto the show and join us. And it was so much fun to have you here today. Anything you'd like to say?
I didn't care for it.
Well,
Thanks a lot. Number one, sign your donor card when you renew your license. The gift of life is a great thing to have. And when you sign your card, make sure you let people know that you did it. Put it in all your health directives and things like that so people know that you're a donor. Shout out to Louis and the guys that were on last night on the play testing last night. And my trivia team, the Aardvarks, because the team name came because they used to list the names in alphabetical order before they were sorted, so we could see our name at the top before we.
Aaron A. Aronson.
Before they said. So we became the Aardvarks.
Maybe this is a rest in peace, Arthur kind of a deal with the series coming to an end.
I know we were very sad when they announced it, and just thanks for having me. It was great. I'd make a prediction, but this is airing after the grand final. I think it's 2 weeks from today.
Swans all the way.
And
they're out of it now.
No, they're in.
You
think they're out, but they're still in.
But I have my pick in mind, and I don't want to sound stupid, so I'm not going to tell you what it is.
That's a good way to go to look at it there.
It's going to be Swans either way.
Yeah,
double disqualification, Swans, third place.
They're always the winners to you. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, Clinton. Thank you very much, Hugh. We had a wonderful time today. It was a blast. And Matt, hopefully you figured out a way to put olive oil into cars.
Don't do that at home, though.
Yeah, don't follow Matt's instructions. Yeah. But yeah, thank you to Matt, to Clinton, to Hugh, to Jeff and Kendon here, who, despite losing, have a great attitude and are still smiling. I appreciate your friendship till the ends of time. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, everyone.
What a weird one.
That was Triviality. For eagle-eyed viewers of Teen Wolf, just be careful watching the last few frames of the movie in the stands after the basketball game. Just be careful what you see there.
Really?
Yeah, there's a little flashing scene, if you know what I mean. If you catch my
kidding.
grift. And they didn't catch it apparently in the quality control portion of that movie. So I think there was so much fur and hair to wade through with the werewolf that they just missed. They just missed it.
They just missed a spot. So what happened? It was just unruly extra.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but basically he just like unzipped and was just like, "Hey, everybody, I'm an extra," and something extra came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf rated X.